There we go. Now it's all working. Now we're rocking and rolling. Okay. Any slimes around here? Yep, there's one. Gonna drop a link to my friends real quick. See if anyone's interested at all. Probably not gonna be many, but even just one or two are still helps. Slime balls. I've got more of these than I will ever use in a million billion years. There. Make more. Regular smoothstone. Alright. This tree is brown again. That's nice. One day I will actually have a proper hat plugin. Today is not that day. I spent a long time just trying to get multi-stream to work. This. very noisy nether portals in this version of the game. Very noisy. Slowly but surely, this boatway is getting built. I don't think I'm gonna stream for super long, probably a couple of hours. Chickens. Just stand here for a while just for an eye-catching thumbnail on the stream. That would probably work real well. He's still got quite a bit of way to go. But they only give you 3 slabs in this version of the game. Total rip-off of a crafting recipe. Big crafting doesn't let you know that these recipes are actually a scam. Anything I can do to... Well, you know, really don't need these pickaxes right now. Wait a little bit. Yeah, I'm gonna need a bow and arrows as well. See someone's spamming reactions. It's funny. Footsteps coming from odds, but I have the chat open, so I should be able to. Should be able to see any chat messages that pop out. Yo. And the sulfur cube, can suck my entire ball sack. I don't know what Mojang was thinking with that. Well, actually, no, I know exactly what they were thinking. How do we make something marketable that we can sell for merchandise? We can, that's true, but we also already had carpet bombs. Nearly fell off the edge there. It's... The sulfur cube isn't bad mechanically, I just really don't like its design. It's very obviously meant to just be something merchandisable, rather than being designed to look like something from the game world itself. Then again, that's gotten watered down so much that who really knows what actually looks like Minecraft anymore. Happy Gas genocide. Yeah, it should work fine. Yeah, how's your Tuesday been so far? There's a creeper. Wily little bastard. It's not bad. Tuesday for me has been my one true day off this week. So I've been taking it kind of easy. I started the day off selling some blood plasma because my work schedule has gotten consistent enough again that I can start actually doing that. And it pays more if you do it twice a week as opposed to just one. And I'm investing the money not into stocks or Bitcoin or anything, but just into groceries. That's alright though. It leaves me with enough extra money afterwards that I can save up. I'm building a boatway instead of a railway. because it's faster and also cheaper. I like to use my excess iron for decoration, and iron was not renewable in this version. You've played these versions, you probably remember that, but it's also one of those things that you can easily just not think about until you're reminded of it. Fuck. At some point, I want to add arches to the underneath of this railway. I don't know if you call them archers or buttresses or what. But basically to make it look like these things are providing a bit more structural support, like the arch would start about halfway. At some point, I have to actually install leaves on that tree. I've been putting it off. I've been putting it off for like 3 years. It's actually really bad. Yeah, there's no top half slabs in this version either, only bottom half slabs or full slabs. Big bottom Latina slabs. Yeah, the crafting recipe is a ripoff too. You spend 3 blocks in the crafting table and you only get 3 slabs instead of 6. Big crafting thinks we're fools. When there's no shift clicking and no drag clicking, you begin to pick up tricks of the trade. I do think it's better that modern versions of the game have more quality of life features when it comes to shift clicking and dragging and all that in the crafting menu. But in these older versions where the knight plays much more of an important role, I actually like the fact that it takes more time to craft stuff. I should be doing it that way is dumb. Because it makes it take longer to get shelters built, and so the first day is a bit more intense. But it also means that whenever you're caving and you have to stop to manually craft a full stack of torches, keep in mind that caves are literally pitch black in this version of the game. Like, you actually cannot see at all. It always instills a little bit of fear in you of what if a mob comes up while you're in the crafting menu. So you have to actually think about what you're doing. The modern game, I think, is too fast-paced for stuff like that to work. And the overworld isn't nearly as much of a threat as it used to be. So I wouldn't want tougher crafting to be in the modern game, but I do actually enjoy the fact that it's in these older versions, and I think the older versions would be worse without it. man, now we're getting rained on. I made my own custom texture pack that uses a handful of textures from Beta 1.8. Most notably, the grass texture and the gravel texture are their Beta 1.8 variants. I think I changed a couple other textures to match Beta 1.8. But on top of that, there's also a big net that happens around the corners of the screen whenever you're in a dark area. And I dramatically reduced how much that obscures the screen. I didn't remove it entirely, though it would have been trivial to do that. I don't even necessarily mind that mechanic in and of itself, I just hate how much of the screen it takes up. And that's something that's even in the modern game. I don't have the chat plugin set up for it yet. I'll probably have it set up next Tuesday. But I am dual streaming this to both YouTube and Kick at the moment. I don't think anyone's watching on Kick. I'm not particularly surprised by that. But if I do end up responding to comments or something that you weren't seeing at all, that's why. Fences are a little weird in that you can't place them unless there's a block beneath them. But they can still exist without a block beneath them, you just need one to place them. Pumpkins are the same way. I've got to build a few more entry points so that I don't just step off this and die. The true appeal of Minecraft is the fantasy of being able to build without OSHA interfering. Hopefully that creeper isn't still lurking around. It's probably despawned by now. Probably. I have to demolish a few trees to make this work. I'll have to take down a few. That's okay. Fuck the trees anyways. Need that MP4 Santa saying, man, fuck them kids, and then just blowing them up. After watching some stuff, I've come to the realization that it's okay to just start making stuff. It doesn't have to be high quality or popular or anything like that in the beginning. Obviously, I still put some effort into it. I at least try to make sure that the audio mixing is bearable before I started the stream. But, you know, like, my FPS is regularly dipping enough that I'm only streaming at 30 FPS. My mic setup isn't the best ever, but it's fine. I'm not streaming to 1,000 people anyway, so I don't need a setup like I am. Just needed a couple more ladders. Actually, I think I can make this work. There we go. These doorways into here kind of remind me a little of the guard towers in the city walls in Daggerfall. They definitely had something planned for that, because some of those interiors are surprisingly detailed. But I think, like with many things in Daggerfall, they ran out of time and it just never got finished. Kind of a shame too, because they are actually genuinely well detailed, but there's no reason to go into them other than raw curiosity. I'm starting to get to the top, but I don't think I'm going to make it before I run out of cobblestone. Epstein Easter egg. Another trick of the trade that I've picked up is that 10 logs will make exactly 8 boats. So you can manage your crafting in such a way that you're able to work with it. These boats have to be placed on top of the torches like this, because if you place them on the ground, they will very slowly slide through the wall because of notch spaghetti code jank. I built Epstein Island in my Minecraft beta world. Or I think of what the fastest, easiest way to craft all this is. I think it is to just do 2 separate sets like that. Yeah, look at how fast that is. Insane, crazy top speed. Boats break easily in this version, and it's before you regain the boat. So, if any of these get misplaced, it's 3 planks and 2 sticks. Yeah, the only downside of the boatway is carpal tunnel. If I look in the distance, that's an arrow coming. This is the real Minecraft that the Minecraft movie doesn't want you to see. I finally have a use for my chests and chests and chests filled with cobblestone. I was actually... So, these top chests are all filled out. I created the bottom chests just so that I would have more space. I was starting to get up to here when I began this project. I was on my very last double chest before I would have had to create even more space. The purpose of this project, ironically enough, was not to find a use for my cobblestone. It just ended up also being that. But this is why I continue to... Nether portal flex, by the way. This is why I continue to hoard resources, because I never know when I'm going to need them. Yeah, got a bunch of wool right there for that reason. An insane amount of redstone in case I ever need it. Feathers, brown mushrooms, red mushrooms, leather, snow blocks, gunpowder. You get the gist. More slime balls than I will ever need. Got plenty of moth stone as well. And a few chicken eggs. Some obsidian buckets. A lot of iron blocks. And this baby that I found in the dungeon chest. It's my crowning achievement on this world. If you find a golden apple, you win beta Minecraft. Because of having to go up and down the ladders, this boatway still isn't worth it for short distances. But for longer distances, it rapidly becomes very worth it. It's not fully built right now. That's fully built. Yeah, because now I want to build the ladder to that one. Hey, how's it going? How's your Tuesday been treating you so far? I'm doing alright myself. Enjoying the one day off I get this week. Currently building a boatway in my world, which is infinitely superior to a railway as long as you don't mine carpal tunnel. Was a little tired earlier today just because I had donated blood plasma for the first time in a little while, but I'm doing fine now. At some point, I have to actually put leaves on that so it doesn't just look like a dead tree. Though honestly, it also looks kind of ominous in a way. Maybe somewhere else I should build an evil, fucked up version of that base that actually is just dead. Maybe use some moth stone in the logs. Eventually, I've got to build this off in other directions as well. I want to fill out a 3x3 area's worth of maps and get it all lit up, like how this area is. And then I'll start building more stuff and make transportation infrastructure actually worthwhile. Right now, this is the furthest out build I have. The runner-up is the Fortress of Ice, which I'm honestly kind of proud of that build. That build was a pain in the ass, because there's no Silk Touch in this version. I had to manually wait for all of the ice to freeze. It's a cool couple hundred blocks away from my main base. I gotta get building more stuff in this world. Gotta be careful in building this. I have not died in this world yet, and I do not want my first death to be from falling. And this line that I'm building right now will probably be the last extension to this boatway for a little while. At least until I get more things lit up and built up. In these older versions, hostile mobs would continue to pathfind even if they were further than 32 blocks away from the player. They would just pathfind in random directions if they weren't actively seeking you. But it meant that even dark areas from far away could eventually lead to mobs approaching you if you didn't either have everything lit up or have a wall or something. That's why in those brighter areas, zombies and skeletons are coming through. Whereas in modern versions, that would probably be too far away for the mobs to move around, and they would just sit there idling. And I get that that change was done for performance reasons. However, I still need sodium to run the game like at all in modern versions, so if that's their plan to optimize it, they need to think of something better. Just let the fans fix it. It's the worst excesses of Bethesda all over again. I don't think I have enough smooth stone on hand to finish this. Yeah, at some point I should take that natural waterfall and do a little river or something. There's enough cobblestone to build up from there. Maybe. Now I figured out how to build that amount of ladders faster. Not convinced I actually have enough. Alright. Nothing else, I can at least get this started. A lot closer than I was expecting, though. Honestly, if I'm only missing two, I'm just gonna go down to the surface and find some cobble to mine. Basically, there's weird notch jank with them constantly moving whenever you enter them. They don't move a whole lot, but over time it adds up. Exactly 8 more, that actually works out amazingly. Whenever I do get around to actually finishing this, having the boatway will help a lot, because now I can bring resources from the main base over to this base. Still a little bit of a walk after I get off the boatway, but it's nothing too bad. Lots and shit, cause I'm fucking Minecraft. I always enjoyed trying to navigate through the spindly tunnels. I like the way caves look in this version of the game. Something about the lighting engine and the rendering engine. It just doesn't have quite the same look in modern, even if you use classic textures. Fairly certain this is all fully cleared out. Oh, I guess not. The spider rat probably on the gravel. It's right there for some reason. Just a tiny little pocket of cave. All it takes. Bird skeleton, which means it had to have been within 16 blocks. Probably part of that conglomeration right there. Damn, he's jumping at me. I should not have taken that hit. That was bad gameplay. Come on, really? Oh, this is actually... Oh, this cave is actually intense. I kinda wish I had brought my bow along. That creeper sees me. So, fun fact about this version of the game, Mob Pathfinding. The reason mobs walk towards you in a straight line in this version of the game isn't because mobs don't have intelligent pathfinding. It's because the intelligent pathfinding they do have is bugged and therefore usually doesn't work. But every now and again it actually does work briefly, and the mobs can actually find like the fastest route to you. And it's very unpredictable when this will trigger. Cobblestone, which means that there was once lava here. I'm really hoping that skeleton hits someone. Specifically someone who isn't me. Try to fill out the final solution to the creeper question. Go. Natural cobblestone generator. That just had on. Yes, it is. Fucking arrow explosion. Oh no, my sword is, that's not good. That's okay, we got his ass anyways. The fact that I'm turning my back to the waterfall, but what can you do? Okay, that actually wasn't bad at all. I think that's the full clear of that area. Tragically, no new ores, no iron or anything. That's alright. I think I got everything there. Amazing what a single spider was able to lead me to. Some more backroom caves. There's the main cave out. Yep, here we go. I just really like the way caves look in this version of the game. Something about the lighting just hits just right. I have to think about what I want to do next time. Maybe actually start putting leaves on this. I think that is what I want to do next time. I think I'm going to head back to my main base and end the stream for the day. Well, that just about does it for me today for the stream. For everyone who decided to tune in, thank you. I think I'm going to try to start doing this about once a week. Even if it's just one or two people watching, it honestly just feels good to actually start streaming. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.